Hi, Lehett. Why don't you introduce yourself to the world?
I'm Lehett from South Africa.
Oh, where in South Africa?
In Lydenburg, it's a province, Mpumalanga. We live about an hour from the Kruger National Park in South Africa. Yeah, we have a daughter. She's 4 years old, and she has cerebral palsy. She's a diplegia. It's more legs than her arms and her hands that's affected with cerebral palsy. Yes, we've tried physiotherapy and occupational therapy, and she didn't she benefited from it, but there was no progress. It was just keeping things going on. I think if I saw the occupational therapist maybe there was more, but the physiotherapist, she saw once a week, and we do stretches and things like that. But it was only maintaining. It was when we start doing maps that I see things happen, that I see, well, yes, progress. She did so well on maps. She started with a ballet class this year. But last week, I was in the class for the first time in 2 months. We can't go every time, she takes them alone. And then Anke was walking on her knees for long distances, for 5 meters, for long distance. And she's standing on her knees, standing on her knees without falling to the ground. So just last week, I sit there and I thought, wow, it's exactly a year ago that I first noticed she's walking, this distance. And now she's she's in a ballet class and she's danced on her knees with a doll in her arms, and she's on her knees. She do ballet on her knees. So, yeah. Her eyes was, she had an eye operation when she was 2.
Yeah.
She was very like this, and then she had an eye operation and it goes straight again. And then suddenly she's, her eyes are turning inside again. And we were about 2-3 months with maps, and then I start seeing, but her eyes isn't that bad anymore. It's getting straighter and straighter. So her eyes definitely. And we were with the eye specialist in the beginning of May, and she have to wear glasses after the operation. And then he say, no, her eyes improved so much that she don't need glasses anymore. A pencil grip, she hold a pencil, I don't know how, and that is start to improve. It's small things. And the other thing was also her feet in the beginning, or before we started to do multisensory. Feet was little bit scissor, make a scissor movement. Yeah. And that was also one of the first signs, it was more and more, straight and not scissor anymore. So, that was also a big improvement. Well, in May 2010, it was May 2010, occupational therapist in South Africa told me that she's very good. She's really good, and she do a lot of physio also. But she told me that Anke's hamstrings, and we say it's hamstrings, call it something else, I can't remember, but is shortened. It's so Anke have to go for an operation, to lengthen her hamstrings. And then I start to pray. I really start to pray because I I didn't know what to do. I don't know, is this the beginning of operation upon operation? I phoned all the parents of CPs that I know, and I asked them, what do they think about operations? Have they experienced anything? Do they know other people? And every mum tell me that the child have maybe 10% better movement. But it's not
after the operation.
It's not for all the discomfort and all the pain. They don't know if it's worth it. And then I met a lady in Leidenberg, and they have a boy with autism. And I saw him in December 2010. And then I only saw him again in February 2011. And she was doing maps from that October 2010. And I couldn't believe the improvement in this boy. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what my eyes see. And then I started to read, and the moment on the website is, the brain can heal itself. It's something like that. Now I can't remember what was the exact sentence. That just, I know this is it. This is what I'm looking for. So then we started I started with the trial in May 2011, and then with the program, the customized program in June 2011. And it's hard work, and sometimes I'm really, do I have to do it now? And then I saw something and I realized, but this is improvement. I just have to keep going. It's just, you have to do it. And MAPT is wonderful. I saw the difference in my child. And it's fun for Anke. It's not something that's bad for her. It's fun for her. And that keeps you doing it and keeps you believing in it. Kim, every week I think, this exercise is so simple. How can it work? I believe it's a year further, and I think, okay, it's so simple. How can it make such a huge difference in Anke's brain? And, and then I saw stuff that happened. And I just know, you know what? It doesn't make sense to me. It's just, then I just realized, yes, it sounds crazy that these exercises 2 times a day and all the smelling can repair the brain. But it's happened. I see the progress. And I know what it was before this year that's passed. And that is the thing that I myself sometimes think this is totally crazy. Many times in that 2-3 months before we start with MAPS, I thought of this was the way that God led me. So yes, it looks too good to be true. It looks not that this exercise really can work. But I was sure, I know this was the way that He leads me. And this was the answer to my prayer.